Alright, hi everyone, my name is Somil Shah and welcome to the video. This is episode number 2. If you have not watched my first episode, please go ahead and watch that episode. So let's just have a quick recap what we did last time. We introduced to Matplotlib. How do we install Matplotlib? What is Matplotlib? We talked about that. We talked about installing Matplotlib on Linux and Windows. Then we talked about the basic NumPy. What is NumPy? Then we discussed a little bit of prerequisite, that is, how do we convert a list into a NumPy array? How do we convert a matrix of all zeros and a matrix of all one? How do we generate a random numbers of how do we generate a random array? And how do we generate a line space using NumPy? So we talked about all that stuff. Now, then we did our first plot, and this was the output of the first plot. Now let's move forward with the presentation. So in this video, I would be introducing you to legends. What is legend? So legend can be thought of a marker. It is usually used when you are plotting two or more than two lines. Let us see an example where legends can be used and it can be useful for us. So this is the code that we are going to use for understanding legends. So let me quickly go to my software and make you understand and physically type the code. So first of all, we need to import certain libraries. So I do import numpy as np. I need to import the import matplotlib. So usually this will work fine, matplotlib.pyplot as plt. If you are a good programmer, you should always use try and error block. That means if the libraries are not there, your program won't crash. So let's do try. And let's indent this inside the try block, all right, as plt, and except print. So if these libraries are not found, I would like to say error library not found. So a beautiful message is displayed, so our software won't crash here. So let's move forward with the presentation. So now I need a point x. So I'm going to define this as a numpy.random. numpy.random. Then I need to do random. I need a random integer. So I'm just going to supply that. So I need a random integer between 0 to 20. Give me 10 points. Then I need a y point to plot. So I'm going to do numpy.random dot again rand int, you guessed it correct, and 0 to 20 give me 10 points again. So I have 2 points. Okay, now this is my first line, that is x and y. I'm going to plot it, but I want to plot one more line so that I can show you the working of legends. So let me do x1 equals to numpy.random integer. In this case, I'm going to take a number from 0 to 50 and I'm going to go, I want 20 points or 20 samples. Then I'm going to do y1 equals to numpy.random.rand integer. Give me from 0 to 50 and give me 20 points. Now I'm going to use the plot library. So I'm going to do plt.plot. plt.plot. So I'm going to supply x, y. Okay. I'm going to give a label here. Label equals to my first line. That's beautiful. Oops, the spelling. It should be label and not label. So now I'm going to plot my second line. So I'm going to say x1, y1. Label equals to second line. Alright, plt dot. Now to invoke a legend, you use a command known as legends. So legends, and to see the plot, I have to say plt dot show. That's wonderful. Let's run this software and see whether it works or not. So I go to my debugger. I left click on my IntelliJ and go to run. So it will take a while and the graph would be generated. Let's wait. So here you see a beautiful graph is being generated. with you can see my first line, which is a which is a blue color, and my second line, which is a red color. So this is basically a application of legends. Legends is nothing but used as a marker to whenever you're plotting more than two lines. So that is the simple definition of legends. Now what else you can do in this video, I'm gonna show you how to label the axes. So the command for that is plt dot x label, and I'm gonna say x axis, plt dot y label, and I'm gonna say y axis. Lovely. Plt dot title, my first Python graph. Beautiful. Let's see that in action. Lovely. So you have my first graph. The axes are labeled properly. You can configure this basically, but I'm not gonna go that in this video. So you can see when I stretch the window, it automatically this is adjusted. So let's move to the presentation further. Alright, so we learned about legends. What is legends in this video? So legend is nothing but simply a marker. Basically, whenever you plot more than two lines, you can basically distinguish between the two lines using legends. The way you do that is you have to I'm sorry for that. You have to use a command legend to invoke the legends, and here is the code in the presentation. You can copy it, you can pause the video and write it down or try it down, and the output as I showed you right there. So I would stop my video right here and see you in the episode number 3, where we are going to discuss how do we customize the graph further using x-axis, y-axis, how do we limit the x-axis label, how do we rotate the x-axis label. Then further we are going to discuss about styling the basically the graph, plotting live graph and inputting data from a file or a CSV file and plotting it with using Matplotlib. So I would stop my video right here, and if you have any questions, please do let me know by posting your questions in the comment section. I am really loving your feedbacks regarding my tutorials. I am really very happy that you are liking my tutorials, and I am gonna make a lot of more tutorials on artificial intelligence, deep learning, AI, Matplotlib, pandas, and stuff like that. So leave your questions and comments in the comment section below. And if you have any question, as usual, you can email me at shahsoumil519@gmail.com, and I would see you guys.